ones, you get $5 off. So absolutely, we're swamped with you guys grabbing the earbuds. A 2-pack. If you get more, you save more. And with the Pocket Pal, that's the same thing. All right, so this could be the very last chance that you're going to be able to get our SuperFast drain cleaner. And here's why. Since we got this back in stock a couple of weeks ago, we have sold over 48,000 sets in just a couple of weeks, and I'm down to less than 3,000 tonight. It is the most popular drain cleaner and quite frankly the most effective drain cleaner I think you'll ever use. I've been a fan since we've launched it because it truly works. There's nothing worse than it's a Monday morning and you're in the shower and someone's got to take a shower after you, and you start to feel that water creep up over your feet and over to your ankles, and you're like, oh, this is disgusting. Then the person behind you has to get into your funky water, and they're like, really? And you're like, oh, I can't deal with it now. I'll call a plumber tomorrow or next week with that slow drain. You're never gonna do that again because of our SuperFast cleaner. Hi.
Suzanne.
I love it. Amos Harp the third is in the house. Your dad invented this. Hi, Dad. Hi, Professor Amos. I know we got to jump into it, but I didn't know if you knew this, but we're almost completely out.
I mean, limited quantities
Big
for
time.
sure,
Yeah.
and free shipping. Take advantage. SuperFast is industry leading. I want you to come on over here so we get right into it. SuperFast is industry leading when it comes to opening your drain lines. But guess what? This is not a drain opener. What it is, it's a drain cleaner. What that means is SuperFast is going to open the drain lines, but more importantly, it's going to clean that drain line, squeaky clean, where there's nothing oily or sticky left behind to attract a new clog. Now look at the science. SuperFast is designed to turn your hair into foam. It turns your food into foam. It breaks down all that dirt, grease, and oil that's building up on the inside of the drain line. It breaks it down into a foam. We call that saponification. That's the dynamic way that it works by turning everything in a drain into foam. Now that foam breaks down to liquid. You give that about 10 minutes to happen. Then you're gonna run hot water for up to 5 minutes and that drain line comes back. Squeaky clean every time you do it. Unlike the consumer products from the store, let me paint the perfect picture. Usually when you get a clog at home, you're in a panic state of mind. At that rate, you'll do just about anything to get that clog unclogged. But when you're using consumer products like this from the store, you're doing more damage than you are good, because products like these, they're highly corrosive. They may contain acid, they may contain ammonia, there's animal fats, highly corrosive materials you're pouring down the drain. They tell you to pour half that bottle down the drain. Now let me explain what happened. 90% of the chemicals, they trickled, it all oozed, it all creeped and got right past the clog, and it ends up right here at this curve unit. You see, this curve unit is designed to hold fluids to keep odors from coming back up into your house, but the chemicals are sitting there building heats of up to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. I want you to think about something. In some parts of the country, it's still cold out, so that means your drain lines are cold too. When your drain lines are going from extremely cold to hot fast from these corrosive materials, it could crack on you. It could cost you hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So be very mindful before you're using those consumer products. You can do a lot of damage.
Sure, absolutely. All right, so here's what's happening, guys. We're down to our final quantity. Now, this is bizarre, and I don't know why, I still don't, is during the summertime, we do not ship this. In fact, we have auto ship.
Yes.
The next shipment arrives in October, and then you'll get one more shipment in December. So summertime, it doesn't ship. So you have to get what I have left right now. If you want auto ship, and again, we're getting how many treatments with the pack tonight?
Thank you. So up to 12 applications.
Right, and we'll talk about where you apply it, because it's basically any drains you have, you're going to use them. Here's what's sold, guys. We've now sold, what, 48,000? I can't exactly see it, but it's 48,000. Let me show you exactly how many's left. Now, a little heads up, if you want to continue to get that auto ship, which again, you will not get another shipment of this until October, and then one more in December, right? But you don't want to be without it. You got to get it tonight, because this is it for the whole summer. We will not even be selling it after this sells out. So we turn the clock, there it is. We're at what, 2,600?
Thank you.
2,800 at this point. In auto ship, I have 900 spots to get that shipment October and December. And again, you can control that, cancel, slow it down, whatever. You just don't want to be without it, because it works.
You can't be without it. We have a saying here at HSN, we say it all the time. It's not if, it's when you're going to have a clog. It's inevitable, because you have fats, oils, and greases and all kind of sticky grime going down the drain lines all the time. And if you've ever been faced with a clog that just won't budge, products like these don't get it done. One thing they tell you on the back of that red bottle, they say, don't mix chemicals. Well, guess what? we have an innovative drain cleaning method. There's no acid in here, there's no ammonia, there's no animal fats. That way I can go right over top of those standing chemicals and look what's happening. You at home, look at this innovative drain cleaning technology by my dad, Professor Amos. We've been here for 20 years at HSN. We've been a customer pick for many, 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 many years.
Yes.
You're gonna love it.
Well, because it honestly works. So I'll tell you, this one time, the time I fell in love with it was, my sink was clogged in my kitchen. I've told, or in my bathroom, right?
That's
so
right.
Here, hot water, few minutes hot water, squeaky clean drains. I got it memorized. So anyway, I was in my bathroom and I'm like, oh, daggone it. And you know that leftover scum when it's slowly draining out. So I pulled out my SuperFast drain cleaner and daggone it, to this day, and I've told this story 100 times, I really, really am mad I didn't start my camera on my phone. We should have recorded it.
Yeah, it was a
because
moment.
I sat there, it was a great moment. I sat there and I was like this and I'm like, well, let's see if it works. It started gurgling. It started burping. And it started kind of, you could literally hear it burping because it was clean. It was eating through all that stuff that was down in the drain. And then in a few minutes, it was like, it was squeaky
the
clean.
suction sound.
And I swear to you, I wish I would have recorded it because it really, really works. And it always happens at the absolute worst time.
It really does.
It's Monday morning, you're trying to get out the door, and there it is, your drain's clogged. You're like, oh my gosh, I gotta call a plumber, I gotta wait till the weekend. The worst part is, if you've got a slow drain, and you have to keep cleaning your kitchen sink or obviously your bathroom sink because all the toothpaste scum is there, because, oh, it's the worst. You come home from a long day and you're looking at a filthy, dirty bathroom sink. It's
and
disgusting.
It's stinky too.
Oh, it's stinky.
Oh my goodness,
it's the worst.
That toothpaste is the worst. I mean, it turns into cement, you know what I mean? It's all the stuff coming out of your mouth, it's the toothpaste. Let me establish something. I don't want to dive right into this. I mean, to give you the chills. This is known as the dirtiest place in your whole house. This is the inside of the drain line of your kitchen sink. There's over 500,000 particles of bacteria per square inch in the drain line of the kitchen sink. That needs to be eliminated because this is a food source for bugs and critters. You could have an infestation down in the foundation of your drain lines if you're not maintaining or cleaning in there. So this big hunk of oil byproduct, this represents all that hardened and solidified grime. And if I didn't say it already, don't use the whole bottle. When you get this home, this kit's gonna get you up to 12 applications. So you take 4 to 6 ounces. That's all you need. 4 to 6 ounces, you pour it out into the drain. Now this big hunk of oil byproduct represents last week's food. It represents last month's food or even last year's food. Look at that, it's hardened and solidified on the inside of the drain line. It's gonna break it down into the foam. But I mean, it's just going to work. You give that 10 minutes. Here's just a little more to keep it going there. Within 10 minutes, you'll hear the drain lines burping and gurgling. Inevitably, you'll hear the suction sound when something goes down.
It's so good, you guys. And again, remember, you're getting a 2-pack. We're keeping the counter up there. We're going to hit 50,000 ordered. It's your last and final chance. It does not ship during the summer. So when these are gone, that is basically it. I don't think we have any more coming in, right?
Nope, that's it for the season. October, you'll have to wait.
You have to wait till October. And that's, by the way, that's why I know this is because the next auto ship isn't like every month. The next auto ship actually doesn't even come to you until October. But you won't want to be without it. And we're talking, I love it because it works great on septic systems, your RVs, your boat systems. I want you to talk about that too, plus that disgusting drain.
So while Suzanne just mentioned, yes, safe for any application, it's safe for the boat tanks, the RV tanks, PVC drain lines, galvanized steel, the old terracotta clay pipes that run from your house. But I got to jump into this because hair is the #1 culprit to every clog at home. Every clog has hair and grease and grime in there. But I got to tell you, the inside of the drain lines are coated with fats, oils, and greases, so it's very sticky in there. You wash your pets one time, you wash your hair one time, the hair goes down to the inside of the drain line, just clings on, and then it starts to build and build and build till there's a nest of hair that's completely choking out the inside of the drain line. We have one of the only hair dissolving formulas in the country. I'm going to talk about this animation real quick because when our proprietary formula comes in contact with anything oil bio on the inside of the drain line, the reaction is it turns it into foam. That foam, we call that saponification. That's the dynamic way that it works, by breaking it down into foam. Now let me show you this, because we have one of the only hair dissolving formulas in the country. I have a bowl of hair here. I'm gonna take the same 4 to 6 ounces and pour that right over top of the hair. Now take a look at this. If you have hair in your drain lines, whether it's pet hair, human hair, fuzz, lint, fur, it takes 10 minutes for hair to break down. I'm just gonna show you this time-lapse video of the hair. you give it 10 minutes, okay? Pet hair, human hair, fuzz, lint, fur, clinging on the inside of the drain line for dear life. There it is. It turns it into foam. This is innovative drain cleaning technology. We have one of the only hair dissolving formulas in the country that we know of here at HSN.
And you know, the great thing is you don't have to open up all the windows and clear the room for days when you're trying to clean your drains. When you're using that really harsh stuff, you literally have to be so cautious with it.
For sure.
With this, you don't have to worry about that when you're using it, and you're not clearing the house because it's like, oh my gosh, the smell is so bad. And it's so effective. Now, I want you to explain, number one, what's the best process of using this?
Thank you.
And number two, what type of drains can we use this in?
Well, the best product, process, I'm gonna give you my cleaning tip. If you live on a second-story home or a third-story home, do it at nighttime, do your applications, take 4 to 6 ounces, pour it in the sink, pour it in the tub, every drain that you have upstairs, leave it sit overnight. Do this at night, leave it sit overnight. By the time morning time comes, you just run hot water in the morning, and then every drain line down below you is going to be squeezed.
So it's cleaning down through, which is really smart. Okay.
That's right. So there's no job too big or too small when it comes to SuperFast. So these are the bigger drain lines, the ones that are 8 inches, 10 inches, 12 inches, that run from under your house, out to the sidewalk, down to the city sanitation. Test tube number 2 is our consumer product from the store. You know, you find that on the top shelf anywhere at the home store, one of the depots. But let me point this out, what's happening here. Those chemicals, those highly corrosive chemicals go to the lowest point in your drain line, and then they start to sit there. When they sit there, they're building heats of up to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. That's way too hot. When things get that hot, things start to expand. When things expand, guess what? It's expanding back up into the tub. It's expanding back up into the sink. Forget about it. Look at the SuperFast go to work. It breaks things down, cool, calm, and collective. There's no heat in there. It's breaking it down without producing that heat index.
And again, this very well could be the last airing. This could be it for the whole summer season. It is every single summer. They do not ship this during the summertime. So, you know, you say, I don't have any clogs right now, but like you said, it's not if, it's when it's gonna happen.
That's right.
And then you're gonna be like, oh, why didn't I get that? And it's always good. It's another fear of running out. It's a faux row. Fear of running out, just like my InstaClean.
I heard you say that. I was like, I like that.
It's true for this too. Because the problem is there's nothing worse. What happens when you get a clogged drain? Just have the plumber come to your house and step over the threshold.
That's right.
It's going to be a minimum of what?
$100. They call it a service call.
Service call, yeah.
A service call costs you $100 for the plumber just to come to your house and just take a look. If you're just tuning in, SuperFast is industry leading when it comes to opening the drain lines. But remember, it's not a drain opener. Look at that right there. It's a drain cleaner. Way better than a drain opener. What this is going to do, it's going to open the drain line, but more importantly, clean that drain line squeaky clean where there's nothing oily or sticky in there. But here's the science if you're just tuning in. SuperFast is designed to turn the hair into foam. It turns all the food in there into foam. It breaks down all the dirt, grease, and oil in the drain line into foam. We call that saponification because that's the dynamic way that it works. And come on over here, let's do it one more time. Actually, can we get to the sink?
Sure,
because
this
is where the rubber meets the road. If you have designer sinks like this, I know, marble, granite, travertine, you'd never use a consumer product like that because the corrosive materials would etch to glass. It would break down the integrity of the fixtures there. We can use our SuperFast on that designer sink, whether it's marble, granite, travertine, any kind of glass like that. It doesn't hurt it up top, but you're getting full results down below. The toothpaste, the lotions, the potions, the body oils. Think about all the dead skin cells. Think about the stink in there. Yes, it even breaks down the odor, the drain gas, the drain odor. Let the product do the work so you don't have to. Work smarter.
Not harder. I love it, guys. Okay, again, we're down to, if you want the auto ship, which again, it does not ship again until October and December, you can get auto ship. I've got maybe 600 opportunities there. If you just want to try it out, get it and single ship. It will be sold out, guys. Yeah, good luck. My producer just said that because it's going to be gone.
I appreciate you.
I don't think you have another airing on this.
No, this
I think you're done.
Yeah,
thanks. Good to see you as
good
always.
To see you.
You're going to love it too. It works so good. There's something deeply satisfying when that drain gets cleaned so easily and you've just saved a ton of money because you have to call a plumber. All right. Coming up, we're gonna have the most famous part of our origami collection coming up. Last time available on free shipping. You'll see it next.
Meet award